Okay, hello guys, we're back in another video. This time we're gonna rate Beach Buggy Racing 2 power-ups. And this is a reminder that this is my opinion and don't send me hate over this. You can respectfully hate in the comments, so let's get into it. So in the first power-up we have mystery delivery. I think that's the name. I kind of forgot. So this thing is like the mystery crate, but only a bit more effective. So this ability will have specific random abilities such as ball and chain, big tire, clock clock rate, and clock tornado, etc. And yes, this is a rare power up, so I will put this to still a great potential. It's kind of good actually, or it has side effects, so I'm gonna put to cool. It also has so many counters though. And the next up is the cure. Cure is an epic power up which removes your effects, which removes your effects except for the ones that help you gain advantage from the game, like untouchable, shield, and boosters, any of that. And then you can actually pass through obstacles like trees and other stuff. They can pass through walls though. So so the cure will be cool. And then now we have the untouchable. It is an epic power up similar to the cure, but a bit long. Although this wastes some power up space, but also super effective. It cannot pass through walls, but can pass through obstacles like walls or trees. It's pretty similar to like the cure, but it counters almost everything. But it cannot counter some specific power ups or abilities though. So this goes to still a great potential. And then next up is the ball and chain, which is a rare power up. So before you launch a barrage of ball and chains, and then when it hits an enemy, they will slow down they will slow down depending on the second, depending on the upgrade, and then its maximum shots is I think about 44. But today it's like similar to the Tiki Seeker, and then it specifically slows down your car, and then also forces it to go down the ground. So when you're in the air, or when you are affected by lunar gravity while getting hit by the ball and chain, yes, you're eventually cooked. So this one is in cool. It's kind of good. It's kind of good. Okay, now we have shield. So shield is specifically like a longer version of untouchable, but you have shield surrounding you, and then you can deflect many shots except for some shots, like jammer. You cannot block jammer, and then you can block specific abilities like the cheeky power ability from Ug Ug, and then many more. So this officially goes to cool. Yeah, we have 4 powers and cool. And then now we have big tires. Big tires is a good power up. Also gaining advantage. Also gaining you advantage to use rocket boost and then big tires at the same time. It gives you a huge boost, but you better be careful. You might get you might get hit by a ceiling or get hit by ball and chain, which slows you down. If right on top of you is a breakable prop, yeah, you will officially slow down depending on the toughness of your car. So the big tires is meh. Oh my bad. Meh. It's kind of bad actually. And then next is the warp speed. The warp speed is an epic power up that you can teleport to various distances, and then it's one of the few and it is one of the few epic power ups that can charge fast. So it also gives an advantage to your distance. So yes, this is absolutely favorite top 8. It is so good. And then next we have rocket boost. Oh my god. This thing is literally futuristically insane. When you're in the air, then when you use the rocket boost, yeah, you will gain humongous amount of speed, like huge amounts of speed. And then it is also good when you have when you have Commander Nova's ability in big tires, and then lunar gravity, and etc. So I'm gonna get the rocket boost to favorite top 8. Bro, it's literally so good. Clock rate is a common power up. Clock rate is a common power up which can be obtained by going to level 3, I think. And then it is pretty much of a crate. It's pretty much of a crate placed down, and then when you or your opponents get hit, they get blinded by chickens on your screen, and it's really not much that good. It's just useless. You can just cure or put untouchable on it. But if they don't have that, then they will usually go blind, and yes, they will get hit by obstacles, causing them to slow down. So I'm giving this to Nope. It's terrible. You can literally just use a better version of this. And then the next is the Clocknado Coupe. The Clocknado Coupe is like an upgraded version of the Clock Rate, but this time they're on a coupe. And then when you get hit by it, you'll get blinded, and there will be a cloud of chickens. But this time there will be eggs and chickens on your screen, and it's pretty much like an upgraded version of Clock Rate, but it has a cloud. So I'm putting this to meh. It's kind of bad. To be honest. You could just use some protective power ups like shield, cure, and untouchable, and all that. And then next, the power vacuum. Boy, this thing is officially so good. So it's an epic power up. What you can do about it? What you can do about the power vacuum is you can suck power ups from other players. Like when they use a power up, and then they will shoot at you, then you will get the power up that they're using. So for example, if they're using a death bat, and then when they shoot it at you, then you use the power vacuum, you will have the death bat without dying. Yeah, and efficiently lasts a bit fast, and it's actually good. It's actually good, no lie. And I'm going to still a great potential. And then next is the barrage. This is like the dodgeball fury, but it has fireworks. And then the maximum you can shoot rockets is 120, I think. And then this is officially like a mini version, like a buff version of firework, but it will shoot barrages of fireworks wherever direction you're aiming at the back or the front. But I recommend doing it at the back, so that the enemies behind you will eventually slow down and then die. So I'm giving, and it's a pretty terrible power up, no lie, and it's also a bit good. So I'm putting this to cool. And the next up is the Hydra. The Hydra is pretty much like a Tiki Seeker, but with a lot of heads. So its stock version is 3 heads, as you can see as the photo there. And when you upgrade it, you will have 9 heads, and it has a pretty good range, and then pretty much like a Tiki Seeker, but more buffed. So I'm giving the Hydra still a good potential. It's actually good. It's actually good, and when you have a shield, it will launch you up into the air, and then yes, you will get hit by terrain. And then next is donut tires, bro. This really it's a little terrible, but also a bit good. That's because the donut tires will put donuts on your tires, that will slow you down. That will slow you down. Depends on the speed. Depends on the upgrade. So I'm giving donut tires. Meh. It's kind of bad, to be honest. And then next up is the earthquake. So you know how effective this is in Beach Buggy Racing 1. That's because when players activate. That's because when the user activates the earthquake, in the first version of Beach Buggy Racing, it their screen will eventually shake, and then your car will go sideways, like left and right. And in today's version, it will charge just pretty fast. No lie, it will charge pretty fast, and then you can't drift while the abilities activated, and then it's good for air. It's good for it. It's not really that effective, so meh. It's kind of bad, to be honest. Okay, now we have chain lightning. So chain lightning is like a buffed version on the lightning strike. The chain lightning will approximately hit multiple targets, like three to five targets, and then it will eventually stall them for a few seconds, and then that's it. So it's cool, to be honest. And then when your opponents have it, yeah, you're officially cool. And now we have fake. Now we have the fake power up. So the fake power up is like a decoy. It's like a decoy where you put a fake power up between the real power ups, and then when you get hit by that fake power up, it will your power up slot will get occupied by the fake power up. So this is officially meh. I don't mind the notification. And then next is a double fake. So this is really a decent. It's pretty mid. It's pretty mid, to be honest. It's like a buffed version of the fake power up. So it will occupy two power up slots, and then yes, it is a little bit effective since players will officially go to the double power ups because it gains advantage. So I'm giving this to. It's kind of cool, to be honest. It's kind of cool. And then next is Fireball. Boy, this thing is like a weak version of Big Bang. So officially, you shoot a fireball, and then it will deal an explosion when it is out of range. When it's out of range or makes contact with an object such as opponents. And then survivors will be on fire with the fireball, because it makes sense. Fireball. And then it deals a massive explosion. So and then it can also help you clear terrain on the way. So it's still a great potential. And then next is the firework, bro. This thing is absolutely the worst in my fucking opinion. So what the firework does, just shoot a firework, yeah, on a straight line. It does not follow the opponent. You can have 8 shots. So if you have good aim, then it's good for you. But me, I don't have good aim, so I'm putting this to no. And then we have freeze ray. So freeze ray is like a weak version of barrage. It does not kill the opponent. It does not kill the user immediately, but instead will trap you in the ice, and then you will have technical difficulties of steering. That's because it has mediocre handling. So I'm giving and then when you get hit by a wall or an obstacle, yeah, you will die. You will shred into a million pieces. So I'm putting freeze ray to meh. And then now we have hamster ball. Hamster ball is actually a pretty mid common power up. So this power up will launch multiple will launch a lot of hamster balls in each direction, and then when an enemy steps on the hamster ball, they cannot drift, and then they will, and the handling is mediocre, just like getting trapped into the freeze ray. And then when you get hit by a wall, depending on your toughness, yeah, you'll slow down a whole lot. So I'm putting hamster ball to cool. Oh no, my bad. It's pretty mid. It's pretty mid, to be honest. And then you will gain advantage but it can still be countered by various power ups. And then next we have Tiki Seeker. It's a pretty good start. It's a pretty good starting power up, to be honest. So what it does is it's like a buffed version of the firework. So what it does is follow the player, and it's like follow the player wherever they go, and then it can exceed up to four to five maximum shots. So this is a great potential, no lie. You can get advantage. You can gain advantage to the race. And then next up we have Jammer. Boy, in the old version, Jammer was officially overpowered, but now they nerfed it. So in the old version, Jammer was you the jammer will put a jammer on your vehicle, and then when enemies get close to it, they are now unable to control, use your power ups, and then you will also get blinded. Nor you can use your abilities. So the jammer today is like a jammer cloud, which is pretty bad, to be honest. I like the old version where you keep torturing players with a jammer. So I'm putting this to S tier, the old version, but now I'm putting it into cool. It's pretty mid, to be honest. You will officially just your controls will literally just disable for a few seconds. And then next we have Junkin Trunk. So Junkin Trunk as a common power up which gains advantage to your game by putting random junk, and while also putting a grill and a mystery crate in a fake power up. So depends on the toughness of your car. So when you have low toughness, when your car has low toughness, then yes, you will officially slow down by a whole lot. But if you have good toughness on your car, then you will swerve through the obstacles like it's nothing. But be careful though. If you get hit by the grill, you will explode and die. And then the fake power up will, yeah, you already know. So I'm putting Junkin Trunk to meh. And then next we have Angry Bees. This is pretty decent. Rare power up. So what it does is like launch a swarm of bees in a cloud, and then when you get hit by it, a swarm of bees will prevent you from drifting, and then your car will eventually just freak out and turn left and right, and then you will have a hard time. You will have a hard time dealing with these bees, and then still you can get it. Still, enemies will still gain advantage. So I'm putting this to max. It's pretty bad. And next we have Earth Strike, Earthquake Strike, or Earth Strike. Let's call it Earth Strike. So Earth Strike is a rare power up, which officially launches players into the air, depending on the bounciness of the Earth Strike. Although you can get advantage by using in cave levels such as Shipwreck Reef, which in a cave part you will use your Earth Strike, and then it will slow down a whole lot. It will slow down a whole lot, and then in some cases they will officially die. So, and then yes, you can also exceed up to 5 to 6 shots. So I'll put Airstrike to cool. It's pretty good, to be honest. And now we have Lightning Strike. So Lightning Strike is basically a rare power up, which is officially so annoying to deal. So what it does is like stall. stalls the player for a few stalls the player for a few seconds, and then that's pretty much it. It will always aim at the player when it is found. It can exceed in pretty far distances, like like a few meters, and then you'll have 4 to 5 shots. So this is cool. It's cool, no lie. And next, you have lunar gravity. So what lunar gravity does is that you will float in the air. That's pretty much it. And then you can also do some cool stuff using the rocket boost. So I'm giving lunar gravity to. No, it's pretty terrible. But still, if you get affected by lunar gravity, it's actually also good. So it's getting an upgrade. It's going to cool. Yeah, cool. And then next we have mystery crate. So mystery crate is like a box with a question mark containing whatever surprises in there, and then yeah, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then it will contain bad surprises. So I'm putting this into meh. Next we have dynamite. So is dynamite is a common power up which recharges fast, and then it puts the dynamite on the back of the opponent's vehicle, and then when they hit a hard object or a wall, they will eventually die. That's pretty much it. I'm putting this into meh. And then next we have Big Bang. A Big Bang is officially an epic power up, which will explode in a whopping 106-meter radius. It will pretty much kill players. Will pretty much kill all players depending on the blast radius. And then anyone nearby of the Big Bang will see stars. And then I'm putting Big Bang to cool. And then it can also clear obstacles in the way. And then next we have oil slick. So oil slick is a strand of oil which makes your car slip. Which makes your car slip as usual. And then you will have bad handling, and then you will have time to regain grip on the road, depending on the like the slippery length of the oil slick. So I'm putting oil slick to meh. And then next we have police chain. It's like a buffed version of the boost juice, but it will make you invincible in some power ups. But in some abilities, it's not invincible. So you will get a police chain. You will get a police siren on your back of your car, and then you will speed up by a whole lot. Like your speed will increase up to a whopping 120 kilometers per hour. So I'm putting police chain into still a great potential. It's good. And then next we have Haze of Confusion. So Haze of Confusion is an epic power up which is a cloud which will invert your turn, which the left will be right and the right will be left. So this is pretty much a boring power up, no lie. So I'm putting it into meh. And then next we have trampoline. So trampoline is an epic power up which deflects projectiles such as death bat or many more. And then it's pretty much like a shield, but yes, it's a little bit vulnerable. So I'm putting this to cool. And then next we have remote control. This is a common power up, which when directly hit into the player, they'll get controlled by your steering. You can make some evil stuff, like turning your car to the right. They'll also turn right. They have nothing to do. They'll just stay there. They'll just stare. They'll just stare at the screen, trying to steer to the left when you're on to the right. And it's pretty good power up, no lie. So I think it's the first common weapon to achieve. Oh, my bad. Okay, yes, still safe. It's still safe. This is the second common power up to officially achieve. Cool. Bam. And then next we have Dodgeball Fury. Boy, this is officially just straight up dangerous. Dangerous if you don't have any protection. So what it does is like launch a barrage of dodgeballs in every direction, and then it will bounce on walls, and then yes, many players will get obliterated depending on the area. So if you're in a cave, then yeah, you're officially cooked. So Dodgeball Fury is officially still a great potential. It's so good. And then next we have Jackstone. So Jackstone is just places Jackstone in your way, and then they will pop your tire, enabling you to drift, and then making you slow down. It's pretty effective on small areas like caves, no lie. So yes, definitely, Jackstone is the first weapon to get. My, my bad. Anyways, Jackstone is the first power up to have still a great potential. It's the first common weapon. I mean power up, my bad. So now we have Spring. Bro, this thing is officially terrible on large areas but good at caves. So what it does is like put a spring, jumping you in the air. So yes, it's really like that. But when it's in caves, yeah, it's pretty effective. So I'm putting this to. Nope, it's bad. And then now we have Pickpocket, bro. This power up is officially irritating to handle. What do you mean, sir? 26 minutes. That's insane. Now the pickpocket, the pickpocket will steal your any power ups, of the game. Like literally, it will steal. And then if they don't have a power up, you will get a shield. So it will go to cool. How many power ups? Okay, only 5 more. Okay, next is Tesla Coil. So what Tesla Coil does is pretty much strap a Tesla coil at the back of your car, and then players in its range will stall as usual, just like electric power ups. So this is favorite top 8. It's officially good and effective. And then next we have Tornado. It's pretty annoying, to be honest. Tornado is like a tornado that follows opponents and then makes them spin uncontrollably, on not allowing them to steer, drift, nor accelerate in some cases. And it's pretty good, to be honest. And then I'm putting it to still a good potential. Okay, 3 more power ups left. Okay, now we have Angry Bull. So Angry Bull is a pretty decent power up. So what it does is like boost your car when hitting objects or when opponents are found. When opponents are found at its distance, and if the opponents get hit by the Angry Bull, yeah, they will die. So I'm putting this to cool. It will give you a boost when hitting obstacles. And then next is Tunnel Vision. So Tunnel Vision is a rare power up, which officially blinds you depending on the vision cone. And then some players will just recognize what the track is. So I'm putting this into cool. It's pretty effective in caves, to be honest, because you have less vision to see. Last but not the least, we have Boost Juice. So Boost Juice is a common power up which boosts your car as usual. So that's all. So I'm putting it to still a great potential. It's the second power to achieve still a great potential. Common power up. Now I'll end the video here. So bye.